Sup dudes, Amada here, and I hate things that smell bad. Including me. It's Halloween, meaning it's time to play some scary games, but I have a slight problem. These games stink! They often take place in the grimiest environments that you need 200 masks just to survive. Five Nights at Freddy's is a whole horror game series that really needs to take a shower. It's a game series famous for dead children. I don't know if you know this, but dead children kinda smell bad. Yeah, how dare they do that? It's like being dead's a good excuse not to take a shower. So of course there comes a question that everyone's been wondering forever. What FNAF location smells the best? What am I even doing? No one's ever asked that. But nevertheless, I'm here to answer this very important question by ranking each game based on their smell. Number 13, Five Nights at Freddy's 3. Now let me tell you, this was the easiest bottom spot of my entire life. I mean, look at this place. Most FNAF games have the problem of the dead bodies decaying and sticking up the joint. But now the building itself is also decaying. I can only imagine how rancid it smells. Heck, the air is so bad in here, it causes you to hallucinate. If that doesn't prove how bad this place smells, I don't know what will. On top of that, Springtrap exists. It's a animatronic suit soaking in dry blood and has a rotten corpse in it, which is never a good thing. At least for the other games, we can imagine that William Afton at least cleaned the kids before putting them in the suit. Because we all know William Afton is just such a nice guy, he would obviously do that. But here, bro died in his suit, so all the gross things are still in there. Absolutely abhorrent. Plus, I wouldn't be shocked if there's expired food in here too, or any other assortment of crap. It's truly terrible. And that's why this is by far the worst FNAF game in general. What do you mean that's an unfair way to judge this game? Number 12, Custom Night. Number 12, Ultimate Custom Night. It's really hard to rank this one. Because, what is there to say really? For one, there isn't much really saying this game's canon. Meaning, it might not smell like anything because it's not real. Well, two things. None of these games are real, and that's to check video games don't smell bad. Never mind, I stand corrected. But two, I don't subscribe to that theory. Instead, I choose to believe that this is Afton's personal hell. And with all the animatronics here, it's gonna smell terrible. Plus it's hell. I'd be worried if it smelled good. And before you say it, yes, I do think Fazbear Frights smells worse than literal hell, thanks for asking. Number 11, Five Nights at Freddy's 1. Wow. The very first FNAF game. Wow, so the series always stunk. Great to hear. Again, the first telltale sign this place smells bad is the dead bodies in the suit. Because, again, shocker, dead bodies smell pretty bad. But at least this one's guaranteed to not smell completely bad since people still go here every day. I mean, if this place smelled really bad, I'm sure no one would ever go here. Wait, actually, does anyone go to these places? Like, genuinely, who in their right mind still goes to Five Nights at Freddy's in the timeline of the games? Like, maybe that's why our paycheck is so crap. Because this place makes zero money. How does Freddy's even stay afloat? Wait, new theory. Freddy's is a money laundering scheme. The IRS caused the buy of 87. Number 10, Five Nights at Freddy's, Secret of the Mimic. Again, the dead body rule strikes once again, but this is in a bigger location than the previous game. Meaning that since there isn't a dead body in every single corner, the bodies can be more spread out throughout the place. Thus, the smell isn't accumulated 10 feet in front of you. As all businesses should be. Yes, this is a new high for these locations. I know, terrible, right? I'm sure this place doesn't smell all too great, but it's not as bad as it could be. On top of that, it might have a nice old building smell, which is at least a more positive scent, I guess. Number 9, Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Again, much like Five Nights at Freddy's 1, there's dead bodies here, so yeah, it smells bad. But now the pizzeria is newer, more sleeker, and I mean, I don't think these guys would smell too bad. Could be worse, could be better. I don't know, there isn't much to say about these games in terms of how they smell. Give me a break. And also, this place is still worth a visit for Funtime Chica alone. So it gets bonus points for a hot robot, because I'm gonna have a fun time with her. As you can tell, I take my videos very seriously. Number 8, Five Nights at Freddy's sister location. Yet again, newer stuff, probably smells less bad. Plus, this isn't used daily, which means it's not used by kids every single day sticking out of the place. Maybe Afton had a point, because without these kids, these places would smell a lot better. Wait, was Afton the good guy? I mean, the garbage compactor room probably smells really bad. And you also canonically smell bad yourself. I mean, look at all these people. They can tell you smell like crap. And you're also purple, a truly deadly combo. Why does that sound super racist? Number 7, Five Nights at Freddy's Pizzeria Sim. So this is a weird one. Since you're running the place yourself, you can decide how bad it smells. You can buy all new animatronics, but apparently the guy who runs this place is still an idiot and puts dead bodies in here again. Are you kidding me? How is this a recurring issue? Yep, there's Spring Chap, and he looks even worse now. But hey, if you put him in another corner, the place will smell. Plus, it burns down, meaning you get a nice campfire smell with a hint of a crematorium. Number 6, finds a phrase into the pit. I mean, it's just FNAF 1 again, but there's no dead bodies yet, meaning at least it doesn't smell that bad. I mean, this place will smell worse very soon, but hey, look at the positives. It smells okay now. However, a bigger factor is the simple fact that, say it with me folks, kids are really smelly. I should put this on a t-shirt. I mean, have you ever been to Chuck E. Cheese or any kid's place? I have this very memorable memory of going to my local Carl's Jr. and seeing this awesome play place. Anyways, one day I was climbing through this place and I could smell something. A smelly smell. It was poop. It was like actual poop. Someone had pooped in the Carl's Jr. And to this day, I've never eaten there again. And let's be real, probably a very similar event happened here. So for that reason alone, this place gets the distinct definition of smelling like crap. Number 5, finance a phrase, security breach. Yet again, say it with me folks, kids are really smelly. See, I put on a t-shirt this time, look at me. This location is another place that's filled to the brim of gross, disgusting kids. But it's also far bigger and fancier, meaning it's probably cleaned somewhat often. Now it only just smells like probably pizza and sweaty people. So now the question becomes, does Finance a Phrase pizza smell any good? Well, normal pizza from Domino's smells plenty fine. I can imagine the quality is at least somewhat similar. However, would I want my every waking moment in a place to be bombarded with the smell of cheap pizza? Honestly, no. So for that reason, I can only rank it so high. This is the highest security breach will be ranked on any list. This game kind of sucks. Numbers 4 and 3, Finance a Phrase Help Wanted 1 and 2. So this is definitely a weird one. From my understanding, these are just VR games in universe. And last I checked, unless these are owned by a sway Discord guy, these don't smell too bad. However, you also have to consider where you're playing these games. You could be playing them in a nice smelling garden full of pleasant roses, or you could be playing them in a porta potty, which I would not recommend. So this is basically the Schrodinger's cat of smell in video games. So I'm just gonna rank it here based on the average smell of wherever you would play this, which is still probably better than Pizzaplex. Number 2, Finance a Phrase 4. Finally, a place that doesn't smell completely terrible. It's a miracle. This is just some kid's bedroom, and for the most part, it's well kept up. On top of that, from my understanding, the animatronics aren't real either, so we don't need to worry about them stinking at the joint. However, yet again, we have to consider the fact that kids smell really bad. Okay, I think you get by now. This kid is fearing for his life, and thus is probably really sweaty, and sweat smells bad. I know, revolutionary. Therefore, this place may seem pleasant on the surface, but really, it's just another festering ground for bad smells to my dismay. Truly atrocious. Number 1, Finance a Phrase World. Here we are, the final game. And this is the most interesting because no matter how you slice it, this place will probably smell decent? If you consider it non-canon, there's no smell at all. But if it is canon, you get a nice outdoorsy smell, and honestly, after the torture the other games put me through, I could not think of anything more grand. Plus, you get a smell of fresh snow, the smell of a fair, which you could argue isn't the greatest, but I digress. Overall, I can't think of many other games that are just as pleasant to exist in. Perfect note to end things on. And the best part was, not a single dead body in sight. Oh, you gotta be kidding me!